What's going on, everybody? This is Brian from SneakerFiles.com, back with another news video. I know it's been a minute and I have been teasing and promising this new video for a couple weeks now, and you guys see the thumbnail, so you know there's some interesting stuff to go over. Now, before I get into things, like always, greatly appreciate a thumbs up, and if you're new here, make sure to subscribe by hitting the red button below. Now, this video is basically part 1. Part 2 with the holiday 2022 releases will be uploaded on Sneakerhead Z's YouTube channel, which I'll have a link in the description below too. Him and I are collaborating on that video. There's going to be a lot of releases that are not featured here that will be over there, and they will be on the website SneakerFiles.com. Now for this video, the Air Jordan 1 Chicago will be returning in 2022 with a twist. This is part of Jordan Brand's Reimagined series, and there's much more details on that shoe later on in the video. As well, I got an update on the Air Jordan 11 Cherry. We have some news on the Air Jordan 2 and a bunch more from Jordan Brand. Also featured in this video is a lot of news from Nike. And now, without wasting too much more of your time, let's jump into the news. Over the past month or so, there's been some talk about the Drake Nike Air Force 1 Low. Recently, we received some new images, so although the news is a little bit old, I wanted to share that in this video. The pair is known as Certified Lover Boy. It's also attached to Drake's NOCTA line, I believe that's how you pronounce it, with Nike. And the report, so there was early reports stating that the shoes wouldn't release, and the reason for that is the outsole. So the outsole features hearts instead of stars, and there was some complications with production. But then there's another report, I believe it was by Soul Collector, who stated that the shoes are still going to release. Yes, they have been delayed. Originally, I believe they were supposed to come out in 2021. It's now 2022. I have tried to ask around on my sources. They weren't sure, so I can't give you a definite answer. But like always, once there's more information, I'll make sure to update you guys. I know there's a lot of Air Max fans that watch this channel. I see it in the comments. I see you guys asking for more Air Max releases as far as news goes. So I'm going to go over several releases in this video. One of them is the Concepts Nike Air Max 1 Mellow collection. Now there's 3 shoes part of this collection, and we have a release date for the first one. Now the main focus of this Air Max Day is to celebrate the 35th anniversary of the Air Max 1. So reading a bit from Concepts, Nike has been a tremendous partner to Concepts. Together, our collaborative track record speaks for itself, says Dion Point, Concepts creative director. When we decided to work on the Air Max 1, a personal favorite, we wanted to fully honor the spirit of Nike from its origins in the 60s up to today. So originally when I saw this, I thought maybe Jimi Hendrix was some sort of inspiration. A lot of his clothing did match up to the style on these Air Max 1s. Now, to break down the collection, there's footwear and apparel known as Mellow. However, the first Air Max 1 to release is known as Friday, so the other 2 possibly could be known as Saturday and Sunday, although that's not confirmed. The colorway includes pattern elements of bandana, cowhide, and woven materials. The former, a Concepts exclusive, approximates the famous guitar straps of the era. Further details includes a lateral stripe swoosh and a medial flower power swoosh. The tongue label revives a classic 70s Nike logo and twisted with a Concepts hippie word mark. The design is completed by a custom footbed. So this colorway will release at Concepts on March 5th. Currently, we don't have a release date for the other 2 colorways nor a retail price. Another Air Max 1 releasing for Air Max Day is the Nike Air Max 1 Wabi-Sabi. Now, I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly. If not, I do apologize. Now, this pair pays tribute to the traditional Japanese aesthetics, Wabi-Sabi, which is centered on the acceptance of transience and imperfection. Now this pair features a canvas base, and then we have suede on the overlays while covered in earthy shades. The pair also comes with a cracked graphic across the midsole, exposed stitching, and a gum rubber outsole. Also paying tribute to the 35th anniversary of the model, we have XXXV stitched on the lateral heel and placed on the insoles. Finishing the look, we have 3.26 on the tongue label. So no retail price at the time of shooting, and the pair is expected to debut on March 26th. It's possible that the date could get pushed around, maybe a little bit forward or a little bit after that. But like always, more info coming soon. Another release for Air Max Day is the Nike Air Max 1 City of Light. Now I believe that Nike is doing a city series. I did see another Air Max 1 that's releasing. I believe it's in white and blue. That one's going to be for the United States. It hasn't leaked at the time of shooting this. I haven't put together a mock-up. I don't know if I have time to. I'm pretty sure that the images you'll see will be of the actual shoe. But to go over this pair, it features a white, neutral gray, metallic silver, and black colorway. Now it's believed that this pair is connected to Paris, which obviously makes sense with some of the details we're going to go over, and Paris is known as the City of Light. Now there's a word that we have that I know I'm going to 100% butcher, La Ville Lumière, 2022 in March 26. That is seen on the insoles, the translucent outsole, box, and tissue paper. This pair also features 3.26 on the tongues. It comes with small Air Max charms, and then we have navy blue hits on the tongue. Also, connecting to the whole theme, we have iridescent on the upper, which I probably should have mentioned early on, but I was a bit more focused on trying to pronounce the name correctly. Now, unfortunately, we don't have a release date for this pair. More than likely, they will debut this month. Well, at least they're supposed to debut this month. You guys know how releases have been getting pushed back left and right, but more details coming soon. I don't think I shared images of the Nike SB Dunk Low Cherry in a previous video, but for those that don't know, Nike Skateboarding is releasing what they're calling the Fruity Pack. In the pack, we have the Blue Raspberry SB Dunk Low, the Cherry SB Dunk Low, which I'm going to talk about, the Green Apple SB Dunk Low, and the SB Dunk High Pineapple. Now, I know I shared the Blue Raspberry and Pineapple in a previous video, so in this one, I'm going to go over the Cherry as well as the Green Apple pair. But first up is the Cherry, and this pair features red leather on the base. We have a darker shade of red on the swoosh, which is constructed with suede. Then we have dark cherry used on the overlays, and on the inside of the tongue, we have two cherries with a facial expression. Now, my only thing with this series is I wish these cartoon fruits were on the lateral side of the shoe, somewhere seen, not tucked away like on the inside of the tongue, but it is what it is. Other details includes a white midsole and a dark cherry rubber outsole. Unfortunately, no release date, expected to debut this spring, and no retail price. The next pair to speak on part of the pack is the Nike SB Dunk Low Green Apple. So this pair, along with the Blue Raspberry pair, for me are must cops. And once again, the pair features a similar theme as the Cherry and comes with white tumble leather on the base. We have green suede on the overlays, and then the swoosh features a darker shade of green constructed with suede as well. The fruity inspired character lands on the inside of the tongue, which of course will be a green apple. On each of the tongue, it's a different expression. And then of course we have a white midsole and a green rubber outsole. Once again, no release date for this pair, expected to debut this spring, and no retail price. Starting the exclusive news off with Nike, the Nike Lebron 4 Fruity Pebbles will make a retail appearance in 2022, specifically the holiday season. For those that don't know, the Fruity Pebbles Lebron 4 was initially made as an exclusive for LeBron James back in 2006, and the pair is inspired by his favorite cereal. Also, this marks the first time that the Lebron 4 will receive a retro release. And although I don't have images of the 2022 version, which you're looking at is the 2006 PE, the pair will come dressed in a white, true red, mean green, and varsity purple colorway. So the pair is expected to resemble the original pair. However, what might be different on the 2022 pair is that it could feature Fruity Pebbles branding. Back in 2006, Nike didn't have permission to use the logos or the trademarks and stuff like that. But as you guys know, Nike is releasing the Nike LeBron 19 Low Magic Fruity Pebbles, which features their branding. So that may be the only difference here. Again, I'm not confirmed on that part. And if we do see some sort of branding, more than likely it will be on the insoles. And now on to the more important part, the release details. So What I was told is that the pair is expected to release between December 1st and December 19th. However, there is a big possibility that it could get pushed back. Hopefully not till 2023. And the biggest part is the retail price. Now, the retail price for this pair will be $250. Definitely a lot more than the original release. Also, towards the end of the year and going into next year, Nike is going to be celebrating the 20th anniversary of LeBron's signature line. There is some other releases that in upcoming videos I'm going to speak about. I'll give you guys a hint right now. It's the Zoom Generation, LeBron's first signature shoe. That will release in a new colorway. But again, you got to be subscribed and tune in to the next video. Although this is mostly Nike, I think one of the biggest releases, part of the new Doernbecher Freestyle collection, is from Jordan Brand. So I'm going to lump it up with Jordan Brand. I'm going to pretty much state the designer, the name of them, the age, and the shoe model, and then go on to the release details at the end. So first up, I believe it's Cindy O'Brien, age 16, and she designed the Nike Air Force One Fontanka. Next, we have Catalina Vasquez, age 16, and she designed the Nike SB Zoom Stefan Janowski. Maylee Phelps, age 15, she designed the Nike Court Zoom Vapor Cage 4. Michael Wilson, age 11, designed the Air Jordan 5 Low. Sam David Phillips, age 14, designed the Nike LeBron 19. Eamon Wamala, I believe that's how you pronounce it, age 13, designed the Nike Blazer Mid 77. Last but not least, we have Zoe Tafei. Again, if I mispronounced it, I do apologize. And she designed the Nike Dunk Low. Now, you can go to SneakerFiles.com. There's more information on each shoe and the designer. And unfortunately, we don't have a general release date for the shoes. Currently, pairs are available on auction on eBay, which started out at a starting bid of $1,000. However, there is going to be a wider release which will take place this spring. This year, we have several releases which are inspired by OG models. Some are coming in high top form, which originally released in low top form. But here we have something a little bit different. This is the Air Jordan 1 Low True Blue. Now, I'm sure everybody knows the inspiration behind the shoe, but if you don't, it comes from the Air Jordan 3 True Blue. So the pair features white leather on the base. We have gray textured leather that wraps the toe. Elephant print wraps the heel and eye stays. And then we have blue suede on the collars. Black leather fills in the swoosh logos, blue on the liner, Wings logo, which lands on the heel, and the rubber outsole. Finishing the look is a white midsole. Unfortunately, no release date for this pair. They are expected to debut later this year, and no retail price. Jordan Brand is going to release a new Air Jordan 1. This one is known as the Air Jordan 1 High OG SP Utility. Now, one of the first colorways somewhat has a shadow-like color blocking, although it could be anthracite used instead. But one of the biggest highlights on the shoe lands on the panel. So as you can see, there is a pouch and it has infrared tabs. I wish we had more images of the functionality of this pouch, but unfortunately we don't have those yet. Now the pair also has what appears to be patent leather on the swoosh that overlaps the pouch, constructed with a mixture of satin and nylon, and it's assumed that the shoe is water resistant, although that's not confirmed. Now we got a bit of gold that lands on the Nike Air branding on the right tongue, and then we have Cell on the midsole and a black rubber outsole. Unfortunately, no release date for this shoe. I'm going to assume possibly summer, maybe fall 2022, although that's not confirmed, and no retail price. I'm sure most of you guys have already seen this news, but it just released yesterday and I wanted to clarify some things for those that don't know. But according to the Sneakers Live, the Air Jordan 6 UNC will not release on the Sneakers app on March 5th. For those that don't know, there was a shock drop which took place, I believe, last week. And I don't know if it was by mistake or if it was intentional, but they pretty much released all of their stock. Now, if you missed out on the Sneakers shock drop, other retailers will have them. It's just that one of the places you won't be able to buy from is Sneakers. Now, because of this news, the resale price has skyrocketed on the pair, about 100, 120 depending on size. So hopefully for those that really want, you're able to grab at retail. And just as a refresher, March 5th is the release date and the retail price is $210. Next up, we have a potential release date for the Air Jordan 11 Low Pure Violet. Now, this is a women's exclusive release, and the only reason I'm saying potential release date is because of all the release date changes. As you know, stuff is getting pushed back left and right. Now, for this pair, it is currently scheduled to release on April 28th for $190. Again, don't be surprised if the release date changes, but if that does happen, I'll make sure to update you. Alright, this release date change hurt me because I was waiting for them, and unfortunately it's going to be a while before they actually drop. When I originally heard about this shoe coming out, they were expected to release in February. And then the pair was pushed back, and at that time, the new release date was May 12th. And now, we have another release date change, which is the most up-to-date release date, and that is June 24th. So it's going to be a little while before they actually drop, and the retail price will be $200. The Air Jordan 1 High OG Rebellionaire also had a release date change, but this one isn't as bad as some of the previous. So this pair was expected to debut on March 12th, and now the new release date is March 18th. So not too bad, and the retail price is $170. A pair that was originally expected to release around Black Friday, the Air Jordan 6 Midnight Navy finally has a release date, but it's possible that it could get pushed back. Currently, the date is scheduled for May 25th. Now, another issue I see is the retail price. So in 2021, the retail price was $190. Although we don't have an updated retail price for the Air Jordan 6 Midnight Navy, I'm going to guess that the pair will actually cost $200. That's not confirmed, so the retail price is either going to be $190 or $200. I'm sure everybody wouldn't mind the $190 over the $200, but more details on that coming soon. We have an updated mock-up of the Air Jordan 5 Concord, which is more accurate than the previous one. So one of the biggest difference here compared to the previous mock-up to this one is the liner. So initially the mock-up featured black on the liner, but what's actually releasing, it'll have purple. So just a minor change. And currently the pair is scheduled to release on July 23rd for $200. Also, they will be available in full family sizing. Recently, we received a first look at the Air Jordan 3 Desert Elephant. Now, I believe they were going by a different nickname. I think it was Desert Cement, but I'm not positive on that. And I'm not gonna lie, the mock-up which was going around, done by Z Sneakerhead Z, was a lot better than what's releasing. I'm not a fan of this pair whatsoever. Yeah, the overall color blocking does resemble that of the Air Jordan 3 Black Cement, but the shade of brown that's used on the elephant print, I just don't like it at all. Anyways, one of the nicer details I will say about the shoe is the insoles. So the insoles look like they come in a light shade of pink, and they have special labels which features an elephant, the Jumpman logo, and what appears to be a silhouette of Michael Jordan. I think that detail is really cool, but again, it's going to be hidden, so you really can't see it unless you're not wearing them. And at the time of shooting this video, the release is expected to take place in June for $200. Also, recently, what popped up is a first look at the Air Jordan 1 High OG Denim. Now, this is a women's release, and as you can see, the first look resembles that of the mock-up. We have white leather on the base, and then we have denim on the overlays. The pair also comes with special lace jewels, one that has the Jumpman, the other that reads Jordan, that's done in gold. They come with two sets of laces, one in white, one in red, and they come with a denim Nike Air hang tag. This pair is expected to release in June in women's sizing. Unfortunately, they won't be available in extended women's sizing, and the retail price will be $170. We got a little bit more information on the Air Jordan 3 OG Fire Red. Now, as most of you know, the pair is returning with Nike Air branding on the heel. Now, one of my biggest things about this shoe is that I wanted it to return like the OG when it comes to the elephant print. The original release, the elephant print is a little bit smaller. It doesn't go up as high, as well as the colors used. So the elephant print on the OG is more of a mixture of gray and black. Some of the newer retro releases were just pretty much all black. So the 2022 pair will resemble that of the OG, not just by the Nike Air branding, but the overall shape of the elephant print and the coloring. For me, that's big news. I don't know if anybody else really cares about it. And the pair is currently scheduled to release on August 6th. They will be available in full family sizing for $210. After I put out a mock-up of what the Air Jordan 1 High OG Volt would look like months ago, recently we received a first look. This pair is also being called Visionaire. So as you can see, it's very loud. It features all leather. We have Volt on the overlays, Cell on the panels, and by the ankle, we have what looks to be cracked leather. They also come with wax laces, black on the swoosh, Cell on the midsole, and a black rubber outsole. Currently, this pair is scheduled to release on June 11th for $170. There's a lot of Air Jordan 2 releases coming out this year, some that are really surprising. That will be in Z Sneakerhead Z's video. But in this video, I have some releases to go over. One of those is the Air Jordan 2 Low Responsibility. Now, the overall look is definitely different. It features a mixture of premium materials like black suede on the upper, leather on the mudguards, and we have a quilted liner. We have a glossy overlay on the mudguard that wraps the heel, and just above that we have elephant print. Now, one of the most interesting parts about this shoe is the midsole. It has this hairy suede overlay, and I almost forgot there is a label on the panels with a small arrow pointing down towards the toe. And then where the nickname comes from lands on the insoles. So there's a special label on the insoles that reads, "Jordan presents responsibility. Wear your shoes, show the world where you've been. Peace, love, respect." So finishing the look on this pair is a black rubber outsole. Unfortunately, at the time of shooting this, we don't have a specific release date nor a retail price. If I had to guess, possibly summer, maybe fall 2022. But as soon as I have more information, I definitely will make sure to update you. Some of you might remember back in 2019, Maison Chateau Rouge, I believe that's how you pronounce it, teamed up with Jordan Brand to release a special Air Jordan 1 Mid. It was part of the Fearless collection. Now, the Paris fashion brand will connect with Jordan Brand again to release the Air Jordan 2. So the overall color scheme is somewhat reminiscent of the Shattered Backboard releases, although I don't want to lump this pair into that category. And to go over some of these details, the shoe features cell leather on the upper, we have orange detailing throughout, contrast stitching, and layered eye stays. As well, we have debossed patterns, Maison Chateau Rouge branding on the heel, and then we have United Youth International and Chicago Decor Paris on the inside of the tongue. With this shoe, one of the coolest elements lands on the insoles, which is a graphic of Michael Jordan, and then each pair comes with extra set of laces, done in orange, black, and yellow. Again, we don't have a release date for this pair, possibly this summer or fall 2022, and no retail price. So the images just leaked. I'm sure within the next several days we'll have more information as well as more photos, so be on the lookout for that. I believe it was last week, I started seeing a lot of headlines that the Off-White Air Jordan 4 in the Bred colorway would not be releasing. Now, there was a lot of Instagram pages posting it as well. There was some sneaker news sites, and I thought it was kind of funny because I thought this was over with. I thought we already knew this, but for some reason it came back up. Here I'm going to throw in a screenshot of the first time I spoke of the shoes not releasing, which was in 2022. Now at that time I didn't know if a future release was planned, but I did know that they weren't going to release in 2020 nor in 2021. Fast forward to 2021, I made another announcement that the shoes wouldn't release. Some people posted it on their IGs and other news sources. And from there, I thought it was over with, but for some reason it popped back up. And since it's being reported as news, I did want to share it. This is one of the things on the list of topics I have to talk about for this video. So if you missed out on the recent postings by different IG accounts and you missed out on any of my previous videos when I spoke about this shoe, again, they're not releasing. In my last video, I broke some pretty big news. The holiday Air Jordan 11 release, which is the Cherry Air Jordan 11. Now at that time, I did mention that there would be some smaller details that would change on the shoe, but overall, expect something to look like the Photoshop that was put out then. Now I received new information from Jordan Brand, a little bit more updated, and the Photoshop you're looking at right now is accurate. So the only difference here is we have red on the liner and a little bit on the heel. So it is a little closer to Blake Griffin's PE. As well, I believe I suggested that it's a possibility we could see red on the liner on the retail release. So I just want to hit you guys with the updates on that. Still no release date, but I'm sure that one will become available very soon. More than likely, they're going to drop in December and the retail price will be $225. It's actually a little bit funny because I know I was just talking about fake news that was going around in the previous topic, but again, the Gamma 11s are not releasing this year. I know a lot of people are still running with the idea that they are. That isn't the case. But let me know your thoughts. Are you happy about the Air Jordan 11 Cherry dropping, or would you rather have the Air Jordan 11 Gamma? Alright, so for the big news, and this news I've been sitting on for some time now, and that news is that the Air Jordan 1 Chicago will return. Now, before you run off, there's a lot of details I need to go over, a lot of important stuff. The things I'm hearing about the new Air Jordan 1 Chicago, yes, I did say new, is that they'll feature a vintage overall look. So distressed leather could be a possibility, aged midsoles, although those aren't confirmed. Although I did hear distressed leather, but I decided to hold off on the info until I got a little bit more. As well, it's not going to be the Air Jordan 1 High 85, and what I mean by that is the build. It's going to be a new build between the two. The toe will look slightly different compared to the Retro High OG. Now, they still might classify the shoes as the Air Jordan 1 Retro High OG, but going forward, this might be something they do differently on the shape of the shoe. But I was definitely told to look out for the toe. The toe is slightly different. The Chicago Air Jordan 1 will have a vintage/aged look. As well, this is part of Jordan Brand's Reimagined series. So in 2021, we received the Bred Patent Air Jordan 1. 2022, we're going to receive the Air Jordan 1 Chicago. I'm just going to call it the Chicago Reimagined. And I was told what was coming in 2023. However, I don't feel comfortable stating it at this point in case things change, because we have a year and a half away until that releases, actually more than a year and a half. And a lot can happen from now until then. So if I say the shoe and it doesn't happen, then I'm putting out wrong information, which I am not a fan of whatsoever. So maybe I reserve that for a different video, a different time, maybe closer to the release. Or maybe I do include it in an upcoming video, but word it very carefully. So just to make things a little more clear on the Air Jordan 1 High Chicago Reimagined, it's not going to be exactly like the 85 High. It's going to be something between the Air Jordan 1 Retro High OG and the Air Jordan 1 High 85. So what you're looking at on the screen is a Photoshop done by Z Sneakerhead Z and myself. This is to represent what the shoe possibly could look like. Again, it will feature Chicago color blocking. Some of the smaller details could be different. For example, instead of distressed leather, maybe it's a crack leather or have aged collars. Either way, it's going to tell a story, and I'm sure that a lot of people will be very happy with this release. Now, for the release details, I don't really have much at this moment. I don't have a retail price nor a release date. However, this will debut sometime during the holiday season. Make sure to leave a comment down below and let me know your thoughts on the shoe returning. I feel weird about saying returning because it's going to be different than it previously was. So it's not like a true retro. But for the simple fact that it is in Chicago color blocking, just a few minor changes, I guess I can just run with the fact that returning. Anyways, let me know your thoughts down below. And that's going to do it for this video. Like always, greatly appreciate you guys for watching. And if you got a second and haven't done so already as well, greatly appreciate a thumbs up. And if you're new here, make sure to subscribe by hitting the red button below. Now, like I mentioned early on, Z Sneakerhead Z will be doing somewhat of a part 2 to this video. It's going to go in more detail on the 2022 releases. Him and I are collaborating on that. Yes, I do know most of the releases right now, and there's a lot of stuff that I'm sure will surprise many of you guys. Anyways, let me know what you liked or disliked in this video. Again, thanks for watching. Stay tuned to SneakerFiles.com, and if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe.